And believe me, I did a lot of research on it. And according to all the research, it was way worse than that, anything I showed you.
If I put down exactly what happened, it's too hard to take. No, there have been a lot of obstacles thrown in the way. You know, there's a lot of, what would you call it, poltergeist activity or something, I don't know.
Have you ever heard of a film that goes beyond the screen and touches the soul? A movie where the events behind the camera seem just as extraordinary as the story it tells? What happened during the filming of The Passion of the Christ was something no one expected, not even those who were there. Imagine being on set, surrounded by actors and crew members, only to witness moments that defied logic. Unexplained apparitions, mysterious whispers, and spiritual transformations so profound they changed lives forever. And here's the shocker. We're not talking about fiction. Each recorded scene seemed to carry a weight, as if the biblical story itself was unfolding right in front of the crew. But it wasn't just the strange occurrences that made this film unforgettable. The physical suffering endured by the cast and crew was almost as intense as the story they were portraying. Lightning struck the set, twice. Actors suffered real injuries, and some even claimed to feel an unseen presence guiding them through the most intense moments. So, what really happened? Why do so many people say this film changed their lives in unimaginable ways? And what was the price paid by those who dared to bring this story to life? Before we dive into the incredible behind-the-scenes details, take a moment to subscribe to our channel. We bring you stories that inspire, shock, and deepen your understanding of the world around you. Now, let's step behind the curtain of The Passion of the Christ, where the cameras couldn't reach, but where the mystery was ever present. The making of The Passion of the Christ was not just another Hollywood production. It felt more like a pilgrimage. The locations chosen for filming presented extreme conditions, testing the endurance of everyone involved. The scorching heat of the desert made long shooting days almost unbearable. Actors, dressed in heavy robes, sweated under the relentless sun while trying to stay in character. Then, when night fell, freezing winds would cut through the set, leaving cast and crew shivering. Jim Caviezel, the actor who portrayed Jesus, spent hours carrying a massive wooden cross up rocky terrain. The physical toll was real. Every step, every stumble, every fall was not just acting, but actual exhaustion. The weight of the cross dug into his shoulder, leaving him bruised and battered. One of the guys missed the board behind me and hit me full force, Caviezel recounted. I had a 14-inch gash on my back. At that moment, I thought, God, why are you allowing this? Makeup became another unexpected challenge. The special effects team worked tirelessly to create the brutal injuries seen on screen. But nature had other plans. The intense heat would melt the prosthetic wounds, forcing the team to reapply them repeatedly. Then, sudden rainstorms would wash away their work, delaying production and testing everyone's patience. And it wasn't just the actors who suffered. Crew members had to carry heavy equipment up hills, through mud, and across unstable terrain. Extras dressed as Roman soldiers had to stand for hours in the blazing sun, wearing thick armor. Some fainted. Others pushed through, knowing they were part of something bigger than themselves. Despite these difficulties, no one wanted to give up. The sense of purpose on set was undeniable. Many described it as a mission rather than a movie. And it was this unity, this commitment, that prepared them for the real challenges that lay ahead. Because when the weather finally calmed, something else took its place. Something no one could explain. Strange things began happening on set. At first, it was small. Subtle moments that made people pause, but could be brushed off as coincidences. A mysterious light would appear in the middle of nighttime filming, illuminating certain actors in a way that defied logic. Some crew members believed it was a divine sign, while others avoided discussing it, not wanting to appear superstitious. One day, during a critical scene, an actor reported feeling a presence standing beside him, even though he was completely alone. The feeling was so strong that the director stopped filming to investigate. But there was nothing there, at least nothing they could see. The weather also seemed to take on a life of its own. During an intense scene depicting Jesus' suffering, dark clouds suddenly rolled in, as if mirroring the drama unfolding on screen. As soon as the scene was completed, the sky cleared again. But the strangest events weren't just seen or heard. They were felt. Some extras reported waking up from dreams about the film, only to find out those exact scenes were being shot the next day. And then came the lightning strike. While filming the Sermon on the Mount, Caviezel was literally struck by lightning. Witnesses saw a bolt of electricity hit him, and for a moment, his entire body was illuminated. Miraculously, he survived with only minor burns. Some called it luck. Others saw it as a sign. But he wasn't the only one affected. A crew member holding an umbrella was also struck by lightning, twice. The incident, witnessed by the crew, left everyone in awe. "I was lit up like a Christmas tree," Caviezel later recalled. "I knew it was going to be a hard role, but I didn't expect it to be quite that intense." By the time filming wrapped, Caviezel had endured hypothermia, pneumonia, and severe exhaustion, yet he never complained. He believed he was meant to go through this suffering to bring authenticity to the role. His dedication was contagious. Even extras and stunt doubles found themselves deeply moved by the experience. One Roman soldier actor, tasked with hammering nails into Jesus' hands, reportedly broke down in tears after the scene. Perhaps the most extraordinary part of the Passion of the Christ wasn't what happened during filming, but what happened afterward. Many who worked on the film reported experiencing a profound transformation in their personal lives. A lighting technician who had abandoned his faith found himself drawn back to prayer. A makeup artist who had never been religious started attending church. Jim Caviezel himself spoke openly about how the role changed him. He reflected on his life choices, his faith, and his purpose. Even viewers of the film reported spiritual awakenings. Churches were packed with people who had just seen the movie and wanted to discuss it. Some reported experiencing moments of clarity, healing, and even forgiveness. This film left a mark on everyone who encountered it. And now, the question is, how has it impacted you? What do you think about these incredible stories? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you want more stories that inspire, challenge, and deepen your faith, be sure to subscribe. Because sometimes, the greatest stories aren't just told on screen, they happen behind it.